So right now we've just entered Route 50 East, about to cross the Anne Arundel County line. A little bit of traffic on the road today, not too surprising. Maryland is shut down at this moment. The reason I'm going to Ocean City today is, as I stated before, first of all, I have nothing better to do, but second of all, they have lifted restrictions on attending the beach. So I just kind of want to get down there and see the sights, share a little bit with you folks, and see what I can see. Because, hey, nothing to do, nowhere to go. So thanks for joining. Welcome, folks, to the William Preston Lane Memorial Bridge. Larry Hogan, Governor. And as we can see, stuck in traffic. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, as of today, the Bay Bridge is cashless. That might have something to do with this traffic as well. Governor Hogan here in Maryland has made it so that there's zero contact at the toll plazas. Everything is going to be done by photograph. You'll be sent a bill in the mail for your travels across the Bay Bridge. And after the state of emergency, they're going to raise the toll at the Bay Bridge once again to $6, which it's been $4, which was dropped from $6 for a couple years, but no more. Anyway, I'm sure this is just thrilling. All right. We've just passed by what used to be the toll plaza for the Bay Bridge. And I've been on the road for over an hour now, and I'm just crossing the Bay Bridge. Not making good time so far, but hopefully from here on out it'll be smooth sailing. Just figured I would rejoin for a brief moment here to give you some shots of the bridge. There it is. There's the Chesapeake Bay. Oh, and people are driving quite irresponsibly on the bridge. So we rejoin, still on the bridge. Things have started moving again. Oh, I missed one thing I wanted to point out to you folks. One thing that I've never noticed, and I guess it's a problem, but usually you're cruising through here at 55, 60 miles an hour and you're not really paying attention. But since I was slowed on the bridge, I happened to notice there are several signs, crisis hotline signs with a number that you can call if you feel that you've got nothing to live for and you're ready to jump from this bridge. So, all right, so I had some camera issues and had to stop off in lovely Kent Island. And here's Kent Narrows Center. Interesting story about Kent Narrows Center. It was an outlet mall at one time. And as you can see, I'm not going to be able to even drive into the parking lot here. So we'll just move along and continue on our journey. But there was a guy, or a father and son team, something along those lines, by the name of Norman Jamal, and I believe the other guy was Douglas Jamal. And they bought up a bunch of property. They own property up and down Route 50 here, you know, failed shopping centers. They've owned failed malls in the past, and the reason that the malls failed is because when Jamal moved in and bought up a property, it was more or less just for a tax write-off. They weren't looking to have a successful mall or shopping center. They wanted investment properties that they could turn around and sell at some point, and they wanted tax write-offs. And it caused the demise of quite a few malls, shopping centers, outlet malls, and things of the like. And And as far as I know, I guess now Jamal's involved in the redevelopment of DC and is having quite a bit of success with that. But he was in a lot of trouble back in the day. Might have even served some jail time. I haven't read the story in a while, but just an interesting tidbit to pass the time as we continue on our journey. And I'm about to get back onto 50 East. There's the Fisherman's Inn. That place is burned down and been built back a couple times. Or that's the Fisherman's Inn, actually. Yeah, you don't usually get to see all this neat stuff off of the road here in Kent Island, but hey, what a treat. Over here on the right, we have what used to be the local Stuckey's and bus station for Greyhound. Anybody remember the nut log? Ocean City, here we come. Just checking in again, making our way through the thriving metropolis, the urban center of Eastern Maryland, County of Talbot, USA. Kicking up quite a dust storm there. So I reckon I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to show you folks some of the flat, wider open rural spaces of the eastern shore of Maryland. A lot of agriculture goes on down here. So we are now headed into Trap, Maryland, which is significant. Folks, if you're ever heading down Route 50 East towards Salisbury or Ocean City and you pass through Trap, take note. Slow your roll. Trap's not only a name, it's a way of life. And here we are, passing over the lovely Choptank River, headed into Cambridge, Maryland. As a wee lad, I used to crab off of one of those docks right over there, to your left, or basically right where I'm pointing the camera. Time to fuel up at the Wawa in Cambridge. Now this Wawa right here where it sits used to be English's, which just was the best fried chicken anyone ever made, that I've ever tasted anyway in my personal experience. So yeah, comment if you remember English's. Berlin. Almost there. Rental restriction, physical distancing required. So here we are, folks. Ocean City, Maryland. We made it. It's been a fairly uneventful ride. Awfully pleasant. You know, it's given me the opportunity here over this period of quarantine to kind of get back into the old American tradition of motoring. And I'll tell you what, this car has been nothing but a pleasure to do so in. I highly recommend the Lincoln Town Car to anyone who may be interested. It is a fine automobile. So anyway, we're here. There it is. Heading on into the inlet at Ocean City. Here we are, right where the bridge comes in at the inlet, right down in the thick of Ocean City by the South Pole ice cream roll. And there's apartments for you here. Tony's Pizza and the boardwalk. I've got my mask just in case. Well, folks, I think that's going to do it for my visit to Ocean City. You know, I'm not sure what I came here expecting to find. I wouldn't call it a somber atmosphere, but it's certainly subdued, and there's a lot less people here than I would have imagined. I guess it's all relative. You're allowed to walk the boardwalk. There's very little open on the boardwalk. There's very, maybe a couple little t-shirt shops that I saw open, and the rest were food vendors. So yeah, I just took a nice quiet stroll and dragged you folks with me. Hopefully there will be something in the content that you'll enjoy, a landmark that you remember from your past. Been really dormant during this lockdown, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that, but I hope you all are doing well, and thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, well, give you a pat on the back if I could, but I gotta stay 6 feet away. So, until next time, folks, stay safe. Old Pro.